Today, we are going to explore the enchanting city of Tiradentes, located in the heart of Minas Gerais, which is in the southeast region of Brazil. Known for its rich history and preserved colonial architecture, Tiradentes offers a journey back in time to the colonial era of the country and its role in the revolutions that shaped Brazil. As we take this tour, we will share a bit of the history and the most interesting sights of the city, especially the churches that were symbols of the place. This recording was made during the carnival season in Brazil, so you will notice decorations in the streets and a large influx of tourists. If you haven't watched our video about Carnival in Rio de Janeiro, we will provide a direct link to it at the end. As you walk through the streets of Tiradentes, you will feel transported to the past. Its narrow streets and stone sidewalks harken back to colonial times and bear silent witness to the events that took place during the 18th and 19th centuries. This uniqueness provides a unique experience for visitors, allowing them to appreciate the authenticity of the Brazilian colonial period. At the end of this uphill climb, we come across the first church, the Chapel of São João Evangelista, next to which stands the Padre Toledo Museum. Not much is known about the chapel's origins, but it is believed to have been built around 1750, and the museum was a private property from the same period as the church. To our left, we are arriving at the Matriz de Santo Antonio Church, one of the main historical landmarks of Tiradentes. Built in the 18th century, this imposing Baroque church is considered one of the most beautiful in Brazil. Its elaborate facade and richly decorated interior bear witness to the talent and skill of the artists of that era. The bustling crowd also indicates its importance as a tourist attraction. Now, we will descend this street ahead and visit a tribute to one of the key figures in the history of Tiradentes, a man named Joaquim José de Silva Xavier, known as Tiradentes. But before we get there, I want to draw your attention to the pavement of the street. The middle of the road, where the stones are larger, has been refurbished, but the smaller stones on the right and left corners are original from the 18th century. There we are. This man was a leader in the fight for Brazil's independence and one of the main members of the Inconfidência Mineira, a rebellion movement against Portuguese colonial rule. This revolution took place in 1789, and this man was one of its main organizers. The movement sought the political emancipation of Minas Gerais and the establishment of a republic. However, the uprising was discovered by colonial authorities, and its leaders were arrested and tried. Tiradentes was hanged and quartered, becoming a martyr and a symbol of the struggle for freedom. During the colonial period, this city was an important economic center due to its strategic location on the gold transportation routes. The city thrived with mining activities and became a significant urban hub in the region. While exploring Tiradentes, you will also come across numerous colonial mansions, each with its own history and charming architecture. These well-preserved buildings transport us to a bygone era, allowing us to imagine what life was like during the time of colonial Brazil. Let's descend a bit further to present two more interesting places to you. The structure on our left that we will go around was built in the 16th century as a prison. It is a single-story building, and the slope of the location was used for a basement, which served as another jail. Depending on the crime or the citizen's status, they could be taken to either the upper or lower jail. Typically, the poorer and less influential individuals were the ones confined in the basement. In front of this prison is the Rosario Church, built by slaves in the 18th century. This church symbolizes the resistance and religious devotion of the Afro-Brazilian community at the time, and its interior showcases beautiful works of art. Let's go back a bit to the church we have already presented and head to the other side of the city. As we walk through the narrow streets, we come across a group of tourists with a guide who was explaining some of the city's history to them. He is saying that this alley we are standing in front of connected the upper part of the city with the lower part. In the lower part, gold mining took place, and it was the slaves who did all the mining and transportation work from bottom to top. Let's take another walk to our last point of interest. Here we are at the Church of the Holy Trinity. Its origins can be traced back to the construction of a small chapel by the hermit Antonio José Fraga, which was built around 1781. Due to its small size, a decision was made in 1798 to build a larger chapel. The construction only began in 1810 and lasted for almost 100 years, although the main body of the church was already completed by 1822. The chapel was elevated to the status of diocesan sanctuary on June 17, 1962. I hope you enjoyed learning a bit more about the fascinating history of Tiradentes. Stay tuned to our channel because we still have more to share about Tiradentes. We will be creating a trilogy about this city, and I'm sure you'll love what we have in store. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, take this opportunity to like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this content, share it with someone. See you next week. Goodbye.